Well, this is a solidarity event. The purpose of the event was to bring together fans and fighters that maybe aren't as aware of some of the discrepancies that exist in the sport of mixed martial arts. So this is just an event to educate the masses of why fighters are organizing and why it's more important than ever to have the Ali Act amended to the sport of mixed martial arts. Muhammad Ali Act was introduced. It allowed athletes to go and really capture their value by winning several world titles with different promotions and being able to create their own value based off of merit. So the Ali Act essentially promotes the most organic form of competition that we need. And especially in the sport of mixed martial arts and combat sports in general, there needs to be that competition so that you can really have a demand when it comes to your value as a fighter. In mixed martial arts, if Conor McGregor is fighting Eddie Alvarez, we know it's a lucrative fight, but we don't know how much money is being generated off of the ticket sales, off of the pay-per-views, off of the merchandise. And that puts the fighters in a very vulnerable position because promotion can say, hey, here's 100,000, when the reality is they made 300 million off the fight. So I think fighters were just happy that they were making any amount of money, but little did they know there was billions of dollars being made off of their blood and sacrifice. Unfortunately, it took the first generation and second generation of fighters to get CTE, to retire with no more money to support themselves. It took several injuries for them to see that they didn't have the finances or the insurance to cover their expenses, or to see that they didn't have money to go through another training camp. Really, in the year of 2000 up to today, is fighters started to kind of push back, to do their own research on what the sport of boxing did to get it to where it is today. And now we are in a point in the sport that a lot of people like to refer to as the free agency market. So fighters are fighting out their contract. We are truly an association for the fighters, by the fighters. We don't have investors, we don't have sponsors, and we don't ever intend to, because at the end of the day, this is a grassroots fight, because this is something that we care about. But at the end of the day, these are people's lives, and we're happily able to throw these small events that maybe help us raise $1,000, but that $1,000 can send one or two passionate people to sit in front of Congress and get that support to co-sponsor a bill.
In 2005, 2006, when I wanted to fight a guy who was ranked at that time by most people as the #1 fighter in the heavyweight division. I was ranked #2. Well, I wanted to have that fight happen, but he was signed to an exclusive contract with a different organization. I was obviously with the UFC. There was no way for those two entities to come together and actually see that big fight happen. So I missed out. I missed out on that opportunity because of the structure that we're using in mixed martial arts right now.
Like, this is one of my last accomplishments that I want to accomplish in my life. Like that, and if the Lord takes me after that, I'm good. But this is my life. Like, God's my life, my family. I don't get paid for this, but I'm gonna put everything, all my knowledge, everything, teamwork, organization skills, to try to get this passed. And I'm saying it now. You could write it on your shoe or put it in a piece of paper. It don't matter. This thing's gonna pass.
Yeah.
And you know how we're gonna do it? We're gonna do it through our sangre, through our blood, sweat, and tears, and then thank everyone. Be very hospitable and respectful, and just keep rolling.